Presentation will be ongoing. And that will be like it. Presentation is there on the Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, give a big round of applause to session 4 panelists. I have already introduced them. They are already there on the stage. And yes, the great realtor is here. Saleha Nikhat, give a big round of applause. Yes, I have already pitched. If any flat you are going to sell here, commission will be mine. Yeah. Okay, please come. So this session is basically going to talk about business, sustainability in business, and sustainability in the real estate, sustainability in the construction field, and of course, sustainability in the mental status, mental health. That's more important. So this session is really a very, very helpful session for all of us, those who are very keen to develop personally and professionally. So now I would like to hand over to Mariam Mohammed for the coordination. Mariam, over to you, please.
I'm supposed to give the first speech, but I will hand it over to Dr. Saeed Anwar Bari. Dr. Saeed Anwar Bari, he is Director Project of Buhari Group. He has nearly 3 decades of expertise in engineering, construction, and project management across UAE. His topic today is on Sustainable Development Goal 12, which is reducing waste through best business practice. Dr. Anwar Said.
Assalamu alaikum. Actually, I came from Dubai yesterday. This is first time my Maldives visit. So I like this place. I want to add these things. And again, we talk women empowerment. We see a lot of women working here and all in hijab. This is the best practice I have seen here, and I like it. With this, our colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed colleagues and sustainability advocates. It is an honor to stand before you today to discuss the matter of urgent global importance, Sustainable Development Goal 12. Responsible consumption and productions. As we face mounting environmental challenges, business play a pivotal role in reducing waste and fostering a circular economy. The UAE, actually I am from UAE 30 years, so I mostly talk about UAE, so if you don't mind, because I have no idea about Maldives much. So I will be only talking for my country, Dubai, what we are doing in UAE, particular my company. So the UAE in particular has been a forefront of the implementing business practices to mitigate waste. And one exemplary contributor to the mission is Bukhatir Group, where I belong to Bukhatir Group. I work for as a director of Bukhatir Group. So this strategic sustainability initiative, Bukhatir projects have set a benchmark in corporate responsibility, demonstrating that economic prosperity and environmental stewardship can go hand in hand. Our discussion today will explore the theoretical foundation of waste reduction backed by research, survey, and real-world data. We also delve into how Bukhatir Group sustainability-driven business model exemplify best practices in reducing waste and ultimately contributing to a more sustainable future. To begin with, this sustainability refers to the meeting the needs of present without compromising the ability of future generation to meet their own needs. It focuses on balancing environmental, social, and economic well-being. The world today faces serious challenges: climate change, resources depletion, and social inequality. These issues threaten our collective futures. That's why sustainable practices are not just important, they are essential. They ensure long-term survival and prosperity for both people and the planet. Around the globe, several organizations are already leading the way with impactful initiative like UPS Orion. For example, they are working to improve transportation efficiency on global scale. Other company, IKEA Highway, focuses on making business only with ESG-oriented corporation, reinforcing sustainability through their supply and chain. Third, General Electric has introduced the digital wind farm, maybe you people knowing, an innovation designed to reduce the green energy more efficiency. Swire Properties is building with the planet in mind, developing green building to minimize the greenhouse emission. H&M, this other company, through its Let's Close the Gap initiative, has introduced a deposit scheme to gather new raw material for reuse. Gusto is addressing social equality for hiring female engineer, helping to close the gender inequality gap. Now, lastly, HSBC is investing ESG-driven green finance to support sustainable economic growth, signifying other light as a service, enhancing protection, stewardship, and reducing waste in lighting industries. Airbus is pioneering additive manufacturing to produce lighter planes using 3D printing, improving fuel efficiency, and reducing material use. The cost is more for if a plane diesel will eat more, petrol will eat more. So that's why 3D printing they are trying to reduce. And finally, our India Tata Power is installing solar plant on rooftops, bringing clean energy solution to communities across India. In UAE, all schools must have a solar panel on the roof. Normally, here I seen so many schools having high-rise building, but in UAE only G+1. Only you cannot make G+4 building for a school. They allow only ground first. So there is a massive flat area. So they advise to make solar panel on your roof, like 1 kilometer, half kilometer school length, because they cannot go higher. So solar panel compulsory. All school, either old or new, they have to go for solar energy. They have solar panel to install. This diverse initiative is stressed how different industry can adopt targeted strategy to contribute SDG 12. The principles of SDG 12 emphasize the need for sustainable management and efficient use of natural resources. Research from the United Nations Environment Program suggests that the waste generation will increase by 70% by 2050 if the current trends continue. These statistics underline the pressing need for industries worldwide to take proactive measures in waste reduction and resources efficiency. A report by Ellen MacArthur Foundation highlights the importance of transitioning to a circular economy, wherein business shift from the linear take, make, dispose approach to a regenerative system that minimize waste and extend the life cycle of the product. Company that incorporate circular economy principles, you see improved economic performance and long-term sustainability. Moreover, a study published in the Journal of the Cleaner Production emphasized that integrating eco-friendly process into business operates not only benefit the environment, but also lead to cost saving and enhance brand reputation. Organizations that embed sustainability within their corporate DNA report increase stakeholder trust and consumer preference to their product and services. Recent survey conducted in the UAE revealed that 77% of business recognize the need for sustainability, yet only 40% have implemented comprehensive waste management strategies. This gap signifies a crucial need of awareness, incentives, policy enforcement to accelerate the adoption of waste reduction initiative. Data from the UAE Ministry of Climate Change Environmental indicate that the country produced around 6.5 million tons of waste annually, with the construction and commercial sector being major contributors. The Dubai municipality has reported that approximately 75% of this waste is recyclable, yet only a fraction is being effectively repurposed. This indicates a significant opportunity for the business to take the lead in the waste management innovation. Further studies shows that the business implement sustainable waste management practices witness in reduction in operational cost by up to 20%, primarily due to improved efficiency, resources conservation, and innovative waste repurposing strategies. The EU government has demonstrating a strong commitment to SDG 12 through several key initiatives, such as playing a vital role in shaping a more sustainable future. First, we have the UE Circular Economy Policy 2021 to 2031. The national strategy promotes recycling, resources, energy, waste to energy solution, setting a comprehensive framework to sustainable business transformation. Next to the UE Net Zero 2050 strategy. This initiative aims to achieve net zero emission by 2050, placing major emphasis on the reducing industrial and commercial waste. It supports businesses in adopting green manufacturing, building sustainable supply chain. Then there is a national waste management strategy. The UE focus on minimizing waste generation, increasing recycling rates. The strategy encourages business to adopt waste segregation, recycling, upcycling particles, while also supporting public-private partnership to drive waste reduction. Another significant measure to the ban of single-use plastic. The EU has imposed restriction on single-use plastic, including a ban on the plastic bags in Abu Dhabi and Dubai. Like if you go to supermarket, you will not find in Dubai and Abu Dhabi plastic bag. You have to use the different bag. Businesses are encouraged to adopt biodegradable alternatives and implement plastic recycling program. Finally, the government has adopted green public procurement. Under this policy, government procurement prioritizes business that use sustainably and eco-friendly materials. It encourages companies to develop products with a low environment footprint. These strategies effort empower both the public and private sector to integrate sustainability at the core of operation. Bukhatir Group stands out as a leading example of private sector commitment to sustainability across its diverse portfolio, spanning construction, real estate, education, and manufacturing. The group has embedded innovative, environmentally responsible practice by integrating sustainability into its core operation and embracing responsible consumption strategy. Bukhatir Group has emerged as a pioneer in the environmental stewardship. Ladies and gentlemen, the path to sustainability requires effective collective commitment. Business hold the power to drive impactful change by embedding waste reduction strategies within their operational framework. Bukhatir Group has set a commendable example demonstrating the best practice can significantly contribute to SDG 12. As we move forward, let us commit to adopting sustainable business practice, fostering innovation, and embracing a circular economy. The future of our planet hinges on the action we take today. Together, we can create a world where economic growth and environmental responsibility coexist harmoniously. We must remember that sustainability is not a trend, it is necessity. By integrating best business practices, leveraging technology, fostering a mindset of responsible consumption, we can make a significant strides toward achieving SDG 12. Let us take inspiration from the industry leaders such as Bukhatir Group and work collectively to build a sustainable and waste-free future. Thank you very much. And thank you, Madam Sadia Halima, who invited me and given a long way pen to come here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Syed. Definitely biodegradable items are also banned in Maldives, and we are also going towards that path as well. So next speaker is actually myself. I am Mariam Muhammad. I am a co-founder of Personal Development Training Institute. I'm a coach, I'm a motivational speaker, and also I'm a corporate trainer. I don't like to speak on podiums. So if you don't mind, I will just do an energizer before I speak. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you all? Okay, I want to start there and one of the people and tell a good quality of please tell a good quality. It can be physical feature or something come from heart. Just a positive comment to those individuals. Just not in the table, just move about. Shake hands with 3 people. Comment one positive comment for that individual. Three people, 3 comments. All right, now I want you to look at each other and see your faces. What do you see? What do you see? Do you see smiles on your face? All right, thank you. You can have a seat now. All right, you can have a seat now. Okay, tell me, what did you see from each other's face when you gave the positive comment to each other? Yes. So my topic is very similar to what you just experienced just now. First of all, I'd like to thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity. Shall we really give a round of applause for the organizers to really come up with such a conference? And we are here, gathered here to really have one goal, to have a sustainable future. So my topic is about mental health, and this topic is very much familiar and very much talked about, especially after COVID-19. This topic is in the tongue of every individual. But this is still a taboo topic in Maldives. So that's why I want to talk about this topic. The mental health is under Sustainable Development Goal 3, which is good health and well-being. However, I'll be only talking about the mental health aspect of it. It's not working. Oh, it's not working. Okay. It's okay. My topic is about thriving together, mental health as the key for sustainable living in the Maldives. So as you all know, who are foreigners also here, might have heard that Maldives is paradise on earth. It is paradise on earth for a reason, because we have beautiful beaches and crystal clear water as well. But not only that, we have very good human capital who are serving to make it a paradise. And in order for this to happen, we need to have individual who has good mental health. So my research paper, I've done a little bit research, secondary research on this. Based on the research, I found that there are many challenges we face as a country. And I looked upon these challenges and I went through the challenges, and then I also have found few solutions as well. So as I was looking at the challenges, I saw that shocking numbers. For a population over 500,000, we only have 16 professionals to cater this amount of population. So we do not have that service for these individuals. Some islands do not have specialists in the island, which means that as a country, we are facing a cost, which will impact our economy as well. Other thing is that I couldn't find data, up-to-date data on mental health in this country. The first mental health conference was held in 2023, which is called OIVR, and they also mentioned about this is the level we are really at. We are still at the baby step as a country for this topic. Another thing is that in 2003, Ministry of Health conducted a survey. And from that, they found out that approximately 29.1% of population goes through mental health disorder. And out of that, 2% commit suicide. So this is a matter as a country we need to address. Because we are talking about paradise on earth. So we cannot make a paradise on earth if there's no one here to live. We have very small population, so we need to think about these things. It impacts our family stability, impacts our work productivity. In the end, it impacts our economy as well. The second challenge that we face is that gender-based violence. Research done by Women's Health and Life Experience report cited in HPA found out that 34.6% of women aged 15 to 49 go through some form of abuse, physical and sexual abuse in Maldives. This is not a small number I'm talking about. 34.6% I'm talking about here. So out of it, 8% of women are raped by their partners in Maldives. I'm talking about Maldives here. So, and for these individuals, we do not have any kind of support system. We do not have any system in place. So this is something we need to talk about because our workforce represents women. Our workforce represents women, and at the same time, this impacts long-term health issues. It also impacts our mental health, such as anxiety and depression will be increasing in our country. At the same time, there will be social isolations. In the end of the day, we will also see work absenteeism. Who are teachers here must have heard, locals would know, who have kids. There are lots of substitute teachers. Am I right? Ask why it is. Stress. Because I am a coach, because they come to me and they tell they are burnt out. So another challenge that I found is that our population, around 7.68% is drug abusers. And out of it, 15 to 19 years are the majority of individuals who use this drug. And it is a shocking number because the reason why this is our future. This is our future that will be working. And if they are in trouble, what our countries live? How can we make a paradise here if no one is there to make a paradise? So we need to address this issue. In the end of the day, it will impact our school. We are seeing dropouts. We are seeing dropouts. We are seeing students who is not going to school as well, and unemployment rate increasing at the same time, increase in crime rates. We are seeing it. We know it's happening now. It weakens our workforce as well. And the other challenge is work-life balance as well. According to WHO, if you are burnout and stress, one of the mental disorder that you might go through is depression and anxiety. In Maldives, it's happening now. A lot of people are burned out because there is an employment act, but it is not properly practiced. There is an weekly hourly time to work, but it is not properly practiced in private sector and sometimes in the public sector as well. So we need to address it. We need to have a strong policy. We need to monitor it as well. And the second one is, we are known as Paradise on Earth. We are also very famous for one other thing. I'm sure some of you might be very familiar with it. We're on the World Guinness Record for something, divorce. It's nothing to be proud about, really. It's something very, very stressful, something it needs to be addressed very quickly because it causes instability, it causes emotional trauma, it causes also economic hardship that people who go through these things. It causes a ripple effect. So it is something, the whole problem with is that in our community, link into mental health, link into drugs, link into any kind of social problem is breakage of a family. Breakage of a family is the reason, mainly. This is the foundation we're talking about. So we need to address this as well. And recommendations, I would like to go very quickly because I was given just only 7 minutes. So we need to train and hire experts in the field of mental health. We also need to have telemedicine, integrate services into primary healthcare, develop a monitoring body as well. And for mental health programs, because as we are not that familiar with it, UK actually, what they did was they have this program called Mental Health First Aid Program in order for the organizers, the employers to become familiar with it. We Maldives we actually borrowed their O-levels and degrees and all those things. Why not borrow that? So we can implement it in our, we can teach our employees this as well, how something can be done. So I'm going to just do a little activity just now. Okay, so I want you to take a deep breath in, hold, out. Now I want you to name the colors that you see around. Just keep on each one, just you say it from heart, just name the colors around. Take a deep breath in one more time. Hold and out. What you just did now is just a grounding activity. You can help someone who is having a panic attack, who is going through some kind of trauma, just to ask them to breathe in, breathe out, name the colors, name the items that you see, or feel a service. What we are doing is we're connecting to our conscious mind of us from emotional mind. We can do that. We can help that. This is how the first aid occurs. These are very simple techniques which you can use in the work environment. This is what I'm talking about to make employees familiar with. And then we can also have support system, support groups as well. We can have evidence-based rehabilitation programs. Evidence-based rehabilitation program, we do not have it here. Or else we will not see people, zombies walking on the road. I see a lot of zombies walking on the road. If we have proper system in place, we will not see that. So we need to have proper experts to address this matter. We also need to have a proper policies, work-life balance policies, and we also need to have parental leave initiative. We do have, but as I said, divorce rate is high in Maldives. So we need to make our workplace family-friendly policies we need to implement. And we also need to invest in affordable child care facility. Maldivian get approximately, let's say, 12,000 rupiah. Child care facility, you have to pay around 6,000 rupiah for a month. Is this amount, is it affordable for normal individual? It's not. It's not. So the person has to work 2 or 3 times, through 2 or 3 jobs in order for her or for him to put the kid and earn a living. So this leads to mental health disorder. And other thing is, We need to strengthen our family counseling because, as I said, divorce is the main reason for this. We do have 1 week program, but is it effective? No, or else the number will not be rising. We need to address the need why people are getting divorced. We don't have the data. Get the data, we have to do that. So to have a sustainable, in conclusion, I'd like to address that mental health challenges will improve economic stability, also social cohesion. Mental health is not a privilege. Mental health is a necessity. It's a necessity and it's a must for every individual. It's the right of each and every one of us. Thank you. I'm going to introduce yourself. So our third speaker of the day is Dr. Shah Mahir. Dr. Shah Mahir is the esteemed Deputy CEO of Dharmavanta Hospital, stands as a transformational leader, visionary healthcare strategist, and internationally trained orthopedic surgeon with an exceptional track record in advancing health sector of Maldives. Dr. Shah Mahir is going to talk about navigating the tides, healthcare and sustainability in the age of climate change, a Maldivian perspective for a global future. Dr. Shah Mahir.
Thank you very much. Distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, friends of Maldives, fellow citizens of this interconnected world, a very good afternoon to all of you. It is with immense honor and profound sense of responsibility I stand here before you today in this precious archipelago in the middle of Indian Ocean to address a topic that is not just pertinent, but it's profoundly existential. Navigating the tides, the healthcare and sustainability in the age of climate change. As we gather here in the Maldives, surrounded by the breathtaking beauty of our coral reefs and the turquoise waters, it is impossible for us to ignore the gentle but yet a slow, persistent whisper of this rising tide. It is a tide that carries not just water, but it carries a complex web of problems that we are going to be affected, and it will define our health, our future, and both here in the Maldives and across the globe. We are, after all, here in the Maldives meeting, and it's often described, Maldives as the canary in the coal mine of climate change. I'm sure a lot of you know about this idiom, which is the canary is the beautiful bird, that domesticated bird. I'll tell you just a little story about it. During a late 18th century, beginning of 19th century, during Industrial Revolution, coal mining was the thing. So they used to take this little bird down into the coal mines. The reason for that is this bird is very sensitive to carbon monoxide, odorless, toxic gas that kills the coal miners in the tunnel. But this bird is used as an early warning system because the bird gets very sensitive to this and they die long before it affects the humans. So I use this here in the Maldives because we are on the front line of climate change. Whatever affects us, that'll kill us first, because we are one of the lowest lying islands, and climate change is a real entity that is affecting us all. And we are vulnerable, and it is happening to us now. It's not just a hypothetical thing. It is a lived reality that we see today. I'm not here today to simply paint a picture of doom and gloom, but rather I stand here with a message of urgency. Yes, a message of urgency, but also resilience, innovation, and most importantly, collaboration. From our Maldivian perspective, deeply we are intertwined with the ocean and acutely aware of its fragility. And we offer valuable insights and lessons that can resonate far beyond our shores, guiding us towards a sustainable and healthy future for humanity. Let us first understand in Maldives context what we mean by that. Our economy is linked to our environment. We are almost woven into the fabric of ocean, our culture, our identity. And for generations, we've lived in harmony with nature and relying on its bounties for sustenance and prosperity. However, this delicate balance with our ecosystem is being disrupted by these escalating climate issues. Rising tides are not just an abstract threat, they are tangible and devastating. Threat to our land, sea level rises, and it threatens to submerge some of our islands. And this will displace our communities, it will erode through our very nationhood. This is not just an environmental catastrophe, it is a humanitarian crisis that is in slow motion. The impact of our livelihood. Fishing is one of our main industries, the backbone of our economy and food security. It is jeopardizing our coral bleaching and altered fish migrating patterns and ocean acidification, not to mention the tourism industry, which is again vital for our development. The valuable coastal erosion, extreme weather events, and degradation of our natural beauty will inevitably, it will affect our tourism, which is again our main source of income in Maldives. Direct health impacts, which is the main topic of today. The climate change is directly impacting health of our people. We are already seeing signs of heat-related illnesses. Extreme weather heat waves are becoming more frequent and intense, leading to heat strokes, dehydration, cardiovascular stress, and particularly for the elderly and the vulnerable and the young children. Vector-borne diseases, because of the weather patterns, it's expanding its habitat. Diseases like mosquito-related diseases, for example, dengue fever, chikungunya, and other diseases are getting more and more increased. Water and food insecurity, the change in weather patterns are also affecting our agriculture patterns. And this is also causing malnutrition and difficulty growing the very much needed agricultural vegetables and fruits that are good for our health. We heard a lot about the mental health just now, the anxiety and the stress associated with displacement, loss of livelihoods, environmental degradation, and uncertain future are taking toll on mental health and well-being. Changing climate is not just a physical threat. It is a mental health crisis in a multiplier. But Maldivian experience, while unique in its intensity, it is not isolated. What we are facing here in a microcosm is of a global challenge that awaits for us all. albeit at varying degrees and varying timelines across the globe, we are seeing these changes. And across the globe, millions of people live on the coastal communities, and any sea level rising will displace them out of their communities, and that can cause inundation. Agricultural systems, as I mentioned before, will affect them, their livestock, crop yields, productivity, fisheries globally, threatening food insecurity for billions of people. Disease burdens escalating. As I said, just like in the Maldives, many areas in the world, vector-borne diseases, diseases that are related to change in temperature, heat, and rainfall, they are expanding. It's going to have a huge worldwide impact. Growing health inequities, and this is again, the marginalized communities will be further marginalized, and inequities, access to healthcare becomes important and difficult in these situations. The first step is recognizing the intertwined nature of healthcare and the climate change. And once we understand that step, we must then move beyond treating climate change as a mere environmental issue and acknowledge its profound and pervasive impact on human health. This requires a fundamental shift in how we approach healthcare, both in Maldives and globally. So how do we navigate the turbulent tides? How do we build a health system that is resilient, sustainable, and equipped to address the health challenges of climate-changed world? From a Maldivian experience, we can offer several key principles and strategies. For example, strengthening the health system, climate-proofing infrastructure, building infrastructure for hospitals and clinics. It should be it should protect from extreme weather events, floods, heat waves. This includes robust building codes, resilient supply chains, and decentralized energy and water systems. Early warning systems and being prepared is very important. Investing robust early warning systems for extreme weathers and disease outbreaks, developed a comprehensive preparedness plans, and is important for health emergencies to be prepared. Strengthening primary healthcare. We heard from our chief guest today the importance of primary healthcare today. Again, when it comes to climate change, the primary healthcare teams and the community level needs to be aware of the changes, and they need to advocate and be aware of the changes and be ready for the communities to provide those services to the needy people requiring access to healthcare. Embrace sustainable practices. This is very important. In healthcare, decarbonizing healthcare is very important. Health systems around the world contributes a lot to greenhouse emission. And if we adapt as a whole, the healthcare sector, greenhouse low emission practices, that will help with the ozone layer and the changes that is happening. Investing in renewable energy. It's very important that we in healthcare also find solar energy, wind energy, and other renewable sources to be tapped into health systems. Improving healthcare efficiency of the ways we use in healthcare, the machineries, the various equipments we use to be able to, for example, even lights in a hospital, when you're not using a particular room, could be automated these days. So energy efficient various methods needs to be employed within the health sector. Again, health sector transportation. If you look at globally, the whole health sector transportation of staff and patients, if we had a better way, electric cars, for example, electric buses, energy efficient ways of mobilizing patients and staff, that can affect how we manage carbon emission and low carbon emission methods. Waste management. I think a lot of you have spoken today and also will be more, how we manage medical waste is very important. It's particularly important for places like Maldives when we don't have a lot of land. And a lot of these medical waste can go into the sea, which can harm the fish, and that can again come in our food chain, which can be harmful for your health. Water conservation, places like Maldives, desalination, we use our water from the seawater. It's a very energy consuming, and water conservation methods in healthcare is very important. So we make it more efficient how we use water. Again, prioritizing healthcare, prevention and public health are very important, which I've already mentioned. I wouldn't dwell into that. But intersectorial collaboration is very important. Again, within healthcare, not only healthcare, for example, environmental agencies and other related agriculture sector and community organizations needs to work hand in hand in order to improve the situation. And very importantly, the current day and age, technology. Technology can play an important role in Maldives, especially when we live in very small communities across. There are 200 small communities living in various parts of Maldives. If we use telemedicine, for example, delivering healthcare into these smaller communities, that will help mobilizing people. And again, lastly, data. And we talked about not having data in Maldives. So again, we need to be collecting, using technology, electronic systems, data collection for healthcare, so that those data can guide the policymakers to make better policies in healthcare. The challenges we face are immense, but they are not insurmountable. The Maldives, despite its vulnerability, refuses to be defined solely by the threat of climate change. We are determined to be a beacon of hope, demonstrating resilience, innovation, and leadership in the face of global crisis. We are investing in renewable energy, protecting our coral reefs, and empowering our communities to adapt to a changing climate. We are committed to build a sustainable future for ourselves, and we believe that our experience can offer valuable lessons for those in the rest of the world. To our global community gathered here today, I say this: the tides are rising for all of us. We are interconnected, and we share a common future on this planet. The lessons we are learning today in the Maldives will help the global community, because we are, as I said, in the front line, which is going to affect us. So just to conclude, we in the Maldives may be small in size, but we are big in our hearts. And our determination to navigate these tides, and we are huge on that as well. We are determined to navigate this tide and come to a solution. We are committed to building a sustainable and healthy future for our nation, and we are ready to share our journey with the rest of the world. And I thank you for listening.
Thank you, Dr. Shah Mahir. Indeed, climate does impact our health, because as I go out on the road, I can only inhale smoke. And when I go snorkeling, I don't see the beautiful reefs that I used to see. My 11-year-old daughter is not seeing that beauty that I saw. And it's sad to say this. We are paradise on earth, but still we are facing it as well. So thank you, Shah, for sharing your knowledge with us. Our fourth speaker of the day is Dr. Chinnu Palanivelu. Am I? Okay. So he is the chairman of Singapore South Asia Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Dr. Chinnu is a transformational leader in finance, governance, and community impact. He's going to talk about today a leader in finance, audit, and community engagement. Dr. Chinno, please.
Thank you. It is a great pleasure to be here. I think, if you wanted to discuss about sustainability, there is no better place to discuss, other than Maldives. This is actually, we can see the greater changes or challenges we have in sustainability. Okay, I'm happy to be here. So I'm from Singapore. So today I'm representing the Singapore South Asia Chamber of Commerce Industry. So when you talk about South Asia, definitely this country is also included. So basically we promote businesses. Today I will talk about sustainability. Can you please put up the slides? Okay. So we have, talking about today, the whole day sustainability. So human being, every one of us need a lot of things. But there is one thing is very important. Which one is that? There's one thing is very important. So, sorry? Now, okay, very good. There is any other, okay, can you just shout what other things is important? Human life. Any other thing? Yeah, okay, very good. Yes, any other thing? Water, yes, we have a lot of water. Any other thing? Education. Wildlife, okay. Any other thing? Pot, okay. So Atta, I'm looking for some answer related to the, money. Yes, very good. Okay. Okay. So sustainability, end of the day, we have discussed a lot of things about sustainability, but if you don't put dollar and cents to the sustainability, it's not going to end. If you wanted to practice sustainability individually as well as a corporate or institution or anyone, we need to put dollar and cents to it. So then only actually, the sustainability works. Okay. So today I'm going to discuss about, reporting on sustainabilities. If when you go and discuss, and have a conferences, but if you don't put into, some form of written rules or reporting, we can't able to trace, we can't able to, measure the performance, we can't able to see how much we use. Okay, so I'm going to discuss about the sustainability reporting, what are the changes is actually happening. So today is good thing about the, the last or second last speaker, there are a lot of things is mentioned already. So I'm going to summarize rather than going through all the slides. As we can see, some of the definition we already discussed. Our society ability to assist and develop without depleting all of the natural resources. I think this is a good thing. Why? If you use all the resources, then our next generation or future generation going to be affected. I think one good example that people can see now, the price of gold. So as you can see, is been become very, very expensive because we have been ticking and utilizing a lot of gold. And then now the prices is increasing. Of course, we have other natural resources as well. But today, what I'm going to do is how we're going to measure and then report. I think we don't need to, discuss. We have a lot of things said about the danger of sustainability reporting. And then we're going to have food crisis, health issues, public health, they have been discussed. I think the most importantly, the sea level is, rising. So these are the challenges people we face. I think this country is no exception to it. But a lot of things happening, but there is no, reporting. Then we can't able to see. So what is a sustainability reporting is now, is you talk about environmental. So what are the environmental damages, the use, resources is done. And then what is the impact to the social issues and then the governance. So this is actually called sustainability reporting. When companies or individuals, when we go and measure in 3 aspects and then report to the stakeholders, and then not only report, but it also measures how much you use. So how you wanted to achieve, how you wanted to reduce. I know today we talk about reduce and recycle, so on. So how much we're going to do recycle, so on. This is actually called sustainability reporting. And most of the countries actually is mandatory. And then I actually did a little bit of research, and this country is also mandatory on sustainability reporting. It's a good thing because every country need to do reporting on the sustainability so that we can see how we actually perform, right? So I have some of the definition, but I think we can, I share the slides for you. So what actually happened, right? In the past, we only report the financial, how the company is performed, okay? But now non-financial reporting is become mandatory, is become mainstream. Right? So over the years, over 100 years, there are so many reports to be done, started on the, the income, expenditure, assets, and then, all the messages, governance statements, and then we actually have a sustainability reporting. So over the years, right, the reporting to the stakeholders, people is been increased, and then sustainability is been added. So you can see annual report. So if you look at it, any of the company annual report in 70s, it can be 10 pages or 15 pages. Now, all these run into almost 300 pages, right? So a lot of information being provided is good so that people can see how sustainable we are. And then over the years, sustainability has been, developed over the years, and there is no standard in 60s. And then now we have a lot of standards, right? But good thing what is actually happening at the international level, there are so many sustainability reporting standards, but now over the years it's been, summarized, and then it will be amalgamated into the 1 or 2 standard. So easier to report. So I will share these slides and then you can go and read. But one of the standard is actually can be widely used, global reporting initiative. This is actually the, the golden standard being developed, and then this standard has been widely used. And then, this country also use this standard to report. It's actually, for example, when you talk about sustainable reporting, very simple. If you look at it, this room, right, you have, electricity. So when you talk about sustainability reporting, you actually measure and then report how much electricity you use, how much water you use, right? So on, these are the things actually utilize. You go on to report. Right? So there are a lot of standards. So what is the benefit? I think we don't need to talk about benefit, but there are a lot of benefit in reporting. Nowadays, if you wanted to have a companies, a lot of investors looking for companies that produce sustainability. So in order to attract investment, you need to produce sustainability report. Okay. So there are a lot of benefits. Risk management, if you go and report, then you actually can see how much resources is spending, whether you actually compliance to the standard rule and regulations. If you don't comply, it's going to be a lot of penalties, right? So based on this UN principle for responsible investment, this is actually UN body, they actually go and do surveys, find out that those companies invest, so those companies produce sustainability reporting and perform in reporting, sustainability reporting, actually attracted a lot of investments, right? There are a lot of investors only invest those companies, invest in sustainability, right? There is also a lot of focus on international levels, is not only just talking, but also the top level management nowadays actually they discuss about sustainability, which is a good thing. But what actually happened at the international level is, like, for example, US is pulled out from the Paris Agreement, which is actually a setback, right? But a lot of effort that has been done, hopefully is actually improved on the sustainability reporting, other measures. So it's attract more customers, attract more investors. You can attract talent. It's also compliance. If you comply, then it's less cost, right? So on, it's also increase the transparency on the company, credibility, accountability, so on, right? So there is a lot of benefit. And then more importantly, those companies, invest in sustainability, improve in sustainability, they can be able to get the loan financing with a lower interest, right? So there are banks don't want to finance, coal mining, for example. So it's very hard to get finance. So international level, the so-called sustainability is getting important, right? And I just put up some of the, what is the sustainable reporting? I think you can able to read through. So this is a slide, I very quickly go through. These are the slide, over the years, standards, a model to reporting on sustainability been developed. As you can see, there are so many institutions that develop international level. The good thing as today, right? A lot of amalgamation is being done, get into 1 or 2 standards. So some of the standard I'm showing you, that develop over the years, as we can see, it's been 1 or 2 standard have been developed so that easier to report on sustainability, right? So now international financial reporting standards and then the international sustainability standard all come into as a one one group of people actually producing standard so that easier to use it. That's the most important. So a lot of development happening, and good thing is that actually we can use all this to report on this sustainability. I put up some of the benefit of using standards. If you have standards, you can be able to use consistently, and then we can able to measure those sustainability reporting, how they actually improve, how the various companies use the sustainability reporting, so on. Okay, so as mentioned, GRI is actually the global standards, and then also a lot of companies also using this, the UN Sustainable Development Goal to report. That means there is a 17 item, and then you actually report on the 17 item, how you actually perform. Okay, so if you look at the international level, 2013, I think 2013 they have to meet this goal, but a lot of country behind. A lot of countries not able to meet. So now increasingly, a lot of companies they use this as a base, right? So to report. So as you can see, right, good health and well-being, quality of education, gender equality, so on, right? So if you are interested, maybe you can go and read. UN playing very important role, and then there are a lot of surveys, but some of the countries not doing very well, right? So this is actually the use of standards I mentioned already. And then sustainability finance, okay? A lot of countries invest in the sustainable company. They actually come out with the green bonds, so on. So those companies invest in sustainability, able to get loan, right? Thank you very much for your time. I think what is our takeaway from this conference, right? So we go and look at the company. It can be a big company or small company. You start to measure your sustainability impact, and then report to them, and then measure, and then compare last year and this year, how much you save, or whether you overutilize or you waste, so on, right? Then actually can improve our performance. This is actually if you do that, you can be able to see how you perform over the years. Okay, thank you very much for your time. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Chino. Indeed, we need to have reporting for our future references as well. So thank you for that. Our last speaker for this session is Saliha Nika. Nika, is it? Nikat. Okay, I'm sorry. Nikat. She is CEO and founder of Nook Home Properties, has been nominated for prestigious Iron Lady Award 2025. And she has over a decade of experience in real estate sector. She blends foresight with compassionate leadership, aspiring people around her. So today she is going to share her inspirational journey. Saleha Nikat.
So, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. So, just now we had a lunch, yummy lunch, and feeling sleepy, right? Including me. But since morning, I'm hearing about the sustainability and women empowerment, with which I got a power to stand and speak here. I would like to thank Miss Halima Sadia for calling me here. Worth coming to Maldives. Thank you, Maldives, for calling me here and giving me this opportunity. Now, before a realtor, I was a teacher, pre-primary teacher, and I got nominated as an Iron Lady Award. So I just want to be a teacher now. Can you put your hands up, all of you? Both the hands up. That remind me, my KG, not punishment. I was a KG teacher. I used to play with the kids. Okay, hands up. What happened? Down, up, down, up. Now clap for Halima ma'am. Hope you all are not feeling sleepy now, right? So before starting my presentation, I would like to share a small part of my life in front of you people. All beautiful ladies can understand my pain. I started my journey 13 years back in Dubai, a single parent earning 3,000 dirham salary to a real estate agent now. I am a founder and CEO of a real estate agent, real estate in Dubai. So this was never easy for me. It took a lot of sleepless nights, challenges, dedication, more of all, never give up attitude to make my dream come true. So as everyone is relating their stories with some of the other example, I would like to relate myself as a beautiful flower with the thorns and black bees. But still, I moved on. I faced it. I took it as a challenge. And now here I am standing in front of you as a founder and CEO of my dream company, Nook Home Property. So this is my dream in front of you. The company which I have built in Dubai, a single lady, and I feel proud, and I think I'm on the right stage today because I saw more and more women empowerment in Maldives. So this is my dream. It's not moving. Here you can see a beautiful lady. As a founder and CEO of Nook Home Properties, I am a visionary leader in the UAE real estate market with the years of experience, specialized in off-plan and ready-to-move residential and commercial properties. I work with top developers like Imar, Tamac, Nakil, Shoba, Bingati, BMW, Ellington, and many more. My mission is to simplify the real estate journey for buyers, sellers, and investors by providing expert guidance, market insight, and premium properties options across the Dubai and UAE. A commitment to a green future. How I relate myself being a realtor to a green future. My company is not just a trend. It's a commitment. Being a future where real estate does not just serve people today, but also protect the planet for future, for tomorrow. Supporting eco-conscious developers like Ima, Shobha, BMW, Bingati, and Tamac, etc. How many of you have visited Dubai before? Dubai is the city of desert. You all know, right? But nowadays, they are making a green communities. You can see the developers like Ima, Demac, they are building a very green community, bringing trees from the other countries, thousands of trees, to making their country green. Promoting green building certification, energy efficiency design, and smart home technology. Educating for sustainable living. We don't only sell, we always educate our clients. We educate our clients about the long-term value of sustainable investment, home which reduce utility cost, healthy living, lower carbon footprints. Not just selling homes. We are not just selling homes, we are shaping communities. Our mission and my team mission is to be a part of real estate movement that balance the luxury and innovation with the environmental stewardship. As a home should be more than four walls. It should be promised to the planet and future generation. So we don't just sell home, we help shape sustainability community. We change the dreams. We change the dreams into reality and addresses. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Saliha. Nikhat, isn't her story inspiring, especially for single ladies out there, that a woman can be her own supporter and we can do something. Really, I'm inspired and empowered by your words as well. So I think that is the end of this session. Sadia, you would like to? I'll hand over to Dr. Sadia. She's the chair of this session. So.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for session 4 participants. Alhamdulillah, it went very smoothly. That is my first satisfaction as organizer. There was no technical glitches, and for that, Hina ma'am also deserve a big round of applause to make it possible. In this session, I found that lots of intellectual insights were given. And all the speakers are an expert in their own field and they belong to different fields. Like Shah Meher from physical health to Mariam Mohammed mental health and Dr. Chinu financial health and Dr. Anwar Bari Sahab sustainability in living, in construction, that in environmental health. And finally, our sweet lady has given us an insight how a delicate nursery teacher can be in the tough market of real estate. And that is really a great achievement of Miss Saleha Nikhat. We used to advise her when I was a principal of the school and she was the supervisor for pre-primary in the same school. We worked together in India International School, Sharjah, UAE. So she is beautiful even now also, but that time she was more. And she was very thin and very delicate. So we used to say, why are you in the teaching profession? Go to the modeling. So that was our advice to her. But she didn't choose that path. She has chosen the tough path that is mostly belong to men. And you will find hardly a few women in real estate. But she has proved that she has brain with beauty. So we are thankful to all the speakers here. And your insights are really very valuable for us. And may God bless you. And yes, this is the time for the golden mic. And I hope this works for me. Yes, please take out your mobile, scan the QR code, and then select your favorite speaker. Meanwhile, you can have draw. If you have draw, you just do how we select out of these two, anyone. Do that. We have to go to the main presentations. There we have the QR code. Yes. Yeah, that one. You just open that, then we will move it. This is clicker is working. Oh, not forward, backward. Yes. Yeah, so please select your favorite speaker. And now we have the last session, that is virtual session. And we have really very, very great visionaries in the virtual session. They couldn't make it to Maldives. They are from Singapore, Malaysia, Argentina, and Saudi Arabia, and UAE,